What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email that's right here. But today I'm going to hit you up with my thoughts and opinions on this latest album from Ghostface Killah called The Lost Tapes. Now, Ghostface doesn't really need much of an introduction because he's a Wu-Tang legend who's been giving us tons of projects for years. And on top of all that, I would say that he's one of the GOATs. Whenever I'm sitting back and thinking about my top 10, top 15 rappers, Ghostface Killah is always there because I think he's been very consistent. Gonna have to make a list one day. Maybe I'll do that on the podcast or something like that. But either way, I got a lot of love for Ghostface Killah. And over the past couple of years, he's really been giving us some more experimental projects. We saw those concept albums with the 12 Reasons to Die series. He did that Sour Soul record, which had a lot of jazz stuff because he was working with Bad Bad Not Good. But this one right here is really taking it back to his roots with that grimy, gritty street rap. Just seems like it's been a while since he's hit us with something like that, so I was glad that he finally did. Now, things don't get overly experimental or complicated here, so if you're someone who just wants that gritty boom bap rap, hard-hitting, punch you in the teeth type of shit, you are absolutely going to love this project, man. Nothing overly fancy, but it is done so well. I really love the percussion on this album because you just feel it in your chest. You get a lot of heavy drums and hard-hitting snares, and that's something that can make a big difference in the music. And whether you want to talk about the vocal chops and horns on Buckingham Palace, or even those strings on Majestic Accolades, there are plenty of great moments with the samples on here, man. Really well done. The producers all came together and laced Tony Starks with some of the best beats I've heard him on in a while, so I was very happy with this. Now, a clear standout has got to be I Think I Saw a Ghost, and this one comes through with that hard-hitting rock production. It is a little bit different from some of these other tracks, but man, oh man. Ooh-wee, this shit just made me scowl. It is grimier than a coal miner's face. Absolutely fucked with this track, and I gotta shout out some of the features who are on here as well. You have Rainwolf, who's doing the hook. He's just a rock star from somewhere, I guess, because he's doing some rock singing. You have Luke Holland on the drums, and all these things really help add to the organic feel of the track. It doesn't just feel like a cheap rock sample or anything like that. These guys came together to make this track. But my favorite feature on here, on this song, has gotta be Sheek Louch, man. Can we give Sheek Louch some love? He comes through with a great verse on here, and I just feel like people are always talking more about Styles and Jada, but not Sheek enough. I'm not trying to say like he's one of the GOATs, you know, I understand why people like Styles and Jada more than him. They've probably put out more projects than him and have been featured more, but whenever Sheek Louch is featured, he comes through with some great bars, and he definitely does on this song here. I just think him and Ghostface actually have some great chemistry. You might remember that song they did called Movie Niggas. That's a personal favorite Ghostface and Sheek Louch song, so I'd like to see them do a full project together. It's possible they already have. Maybe I'm, forgetting about it. I think there was a D-Block and Wu project a while back. It's been a long time. But either way, these two do very well. Another thing that I like on this song is when Ghostface kicks it off saying, "This shit is rockstar shit, Radiohead and all them niggas with all them fly names." You know what it's like as a Ghost fan. You always want to hear him talking shit, and that's what he's doing on this one. But to get back to some of the other features on here, I got a shout out on Saigon Velour where we got Snoop and E40 coming in over this sample-based production. I just thought that shit was kind of interesting because you don't hear these two on this type of production very often. With Snoop, you're thinking more West Coast G-Funk beats. E40 is usually on that Bay Area / hyphy shit. And in this instance, they're just going in on some East Coast stuff. So that was a very interesting moment. One of my favorite tracks for sure, but the remix that features that extra verse from Tricky, I'm going to put that as my least favorite because I really didn't think that verse was that great and it didn't add a lot to the song. So still not awful, it's just that song with an extra verse pasted on, but that verse wasn't that great to me. But one of the tracks that really stuck out to me in a lot of ways has got to be Constant Struggle. Again, you're getting some great features on here from Killah Priest and Bishop Lamont, and these are two guys who have always had the bars for a long-ass time, but it just seems like they never really broke through to the mainstream. I think everybody knows who they are if they're fans of hip-hop, and Bishop Lamont is an especially interesting case to me, because I remember when he was going to be the next big thing. I'm talking about years ago when he was actually Dr. Dre's protege. I thought he was going to go on and do all kinds of stuff. Then he just kind of disappeared. But either way, I like what they were doing on this track. You're getting Ghostface and those two on here just spitting about the trappings of fame, as well as some other things like how, social media has people all fucked up. And I especially like that Ghostface verse because he's touching on how his level of fame makes it hard for him to do shit. He can't even go to the mall or shoot ball without people being all up in his face. So great track, like the theme of the constant struggle and just trying to make it through these things so that you can be a better person and really just live your life and be happy. And it's all backed up by this sort of gospel / Negro spiritual production. Really solid track. And yet another one is my favorite. I got a lot of favorites off this one, man. Really just don't have a lot of complaints about it. Now, I'm not going to talk about every feature on here because there's so many. You can see it just by looking at the track list. So there's tons of great artists on here, really just showing love to the OGs and people who can actually spit. But I was happy to see the legend himself, speaking of OGs, Big Daddy Kane on the song Do It Again. This is just one of those lovey-dovey type of tracks. It actually reminds me of something that could have been on Ghostface's Wizard of Poetry album, so that was cool. And then on Watch 'Em Holla, Raekwon, Capadonna, and Master Killah all joined Ghostface for this Lil Wu-Tang posse cut. Again, you're getting some of that great hard-hitting boom-bap production, and I like how Raekwon is still on his mafioso shit like he always is. He spits. Got to the house, tied him up, plastic on the carpet, tub full of piranhas, I threw him in and watched him holla. He's got the shit all figured out, man. He ain't fucking around. You're getting chewed up by piranhas. Although I do remember watching an episode of Crocodile Hunter, or maybe it was River Monsters, and the dude was just standing there in a tub full of piranhas, and they were just swimming around not doing anything. Doesn't really tie in much to this review in any way, but I just thought of that. So maybe you want to look it up, maybe you don't. I don't know. River Monsters is dope, though. Check it out if you haven't. And this is a dope album, man. Whew, look at that segue. Beautiful. I'm going to go with a 4 out of 5 here. This is just a very short, cohesive, hard-hitting album. Really not too experimental or groundbreaking in any way, so sometimes with those projects I don't rate them as high. But this is just proof to what I said in that Logic review, man. The OGs really do that classic, traditional boom-bap shit the best, man. This is so great. Love this album. It really is just short and cohesive. It doesn't take itself too seriously. And I do understand why some people might be disappointed because it does seem like more of a compilation than one of those solo Ghostface records. To be fair though, he does say on one of the interludes that he's got more stuff in the works, so maybe he's going to hit us up with that. And compilation or not, this shit to me was fire pretty much from beginning to end. So I'm not going to hate on it for that because everyone fit in perfectly. Great features, great bars all around. And the cover has a Shy Guy on it, man. How can you hate on that? I mean, come on. Shy Guy, Super Mario Bros. 2. Not going to say it's overrated or underrated. Probably right where it needs to be, but it's a good-ass Nintendo game. But now I'm rambling. You guys let me know what you think about this project. Hit me up. You know how it goes. Show me love on all my social media sites. Show me love and show me lots of it. You know that's what I need. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.